So in this week's video, I am actually dealing with a loss of a dryer. Our dryer, the heat element actually went out. So my husband had to take the whole thing apart and I've been hanging things up to dry, which as a family of seven has been a bit of a challenge. You can see the drum of the dryer there and more stuff hanging over there to dry. And I end up later in this video, you'll see me hanging things up to dry. And now I am trying to move the things that are still a bit damp over and make room to be able to fit more things that need to be hung up to dry because some of these weren't quite dry. I don't know if the air circulation or whatever, it just wasn't getting to the bottom ones. So they just needed a bit longer, and I'm going and grabbing some things out of the washer that I can hang up here and fit on this hanging rack, and just trying to hang in there and not lose my mind while also dealing with not having a dryer. You never realize how amazing appliances like that are and how much you take them for granted until they no longer work and you're having to go without them. And I am incredibly grateful for a washer and dryer. I really don't mind doing laundry at all, but I cannot imagine if I had to do it all by hand to wash and hang up to dry every single thing. In a trailer we used to live in before we bought this house that we rented, it had a clothesline, and I actually really loved taking out stuff and hanging it up on the lines ever so often. And there was like a big field back there, and we always had a breeze going through because it was farmland kind of in front of and behind or whatever. And everything dried so fast out there because it was constant breeze flowing through. Um, but anyway, I don't have a place outside for that, and it is really cold right now, which I know it would still dry, but it just would not be near as enjoyable. So I'm trying to hang everything around in my house, and here I'm grabbing um, a bunch of wet clothes as well and turning them inside out, which is also a lot harder to do whenever they're all wet. So I get everything hung up, and then after a couple hours, I actually go through and kind of flip the pants to be folded the other way on the hanger to like dry the other side better. And I have the fan on high, and my hands got so cold during this because I was sticking my hands in all the wet clothes, and then the fan's on high, and I'm already cold all the time anyway right now after losing all my insulation from all the weight loss, um, is what I like to say anyway. But so my hands were getting so cold, and I felt like I just needed to stick them in a pot of hot water or something to warm them back up. But as I'm walking out of the frame, I'm actually walking and finding other places to try to hang things because I mean, I was having to get real creative. I hung stuff on curtain rods, on door frames, on doors, just any and everywhere I could, especially if it was in a room with a fan. And I would try to have that fan on to help the air circulate so it might dry faster. Um, so I didn't do near as much laundry as I normally do, but I tried to at least do some so I wouldn't get as far behind on our laundry while our dryer's down. But anyway, my husband was able to order a new heat element, and it is supposed to, or it is actually here as I'm doing this voiceover, but he has not had a chance to actually put everything back together. And so he's gonna hopefully get it all put together tomorrow, actually the day after this video is being posted. And then my next cleaning video will definitely have a ton of laundry motivation in it because I will probably be doing 6 or 7 loads. I will try to like put up a thing and actually record it all and get a number count as I go for y'all because it should be tons of laundry motivation. Now I've moved on and I am loading the dishwasher. And as you can see, Duke, my youngest, one of the twins, but the youngest twin, is walking around and talking to me too while I'm doing it and just trying to investigate everything. And he's looking for other things that are dirty that need to go in there, just so inquisitive. And the little step stool, he's like, I gotta help out, Mom. And he was handing me stuff, like picking it up and handing it. And he said, Here you go, it's dirty, it's dirty. So cute. I love when they help, but sometimes it really does slow down. But he was actually, it wasn't any interference during this, so I was like, all right, let's do it. Um, anyway, I'm just trying to get everything loaded up. A dishwasher to me is one of the greatest inventions, and I have had to hand wash dishes before. The trailer that we rented before we bought this home, it did not have a dishwasher, and I despised every minute of it, while it also helped me not to waste using or dirtying as many dishes. I hate doing dishes with a passion. I actually really wish, especially now that our family has gotten so big, that I had two dishwashers because it seems that I either have two items in the sink that need washed, and then it goes to like not just a sink full, but like a sink and counter and stove full of dishes. I don't know what it is, but we go through some dishes. Um, anyway, and now I'm gonna try to hand wash the rest of the dishes to get caught up. And then I'm also gonna wash out the sink to get rid of any funk nastiness that smells, get in the sink. I mean, it's dirty dishes, old food, you get it. Not to mention sippy cups. Oh my goodness. Sometimes a sippy cup, I don't know, it gets lost in the abyss of the house, I guess, or something. I guess they hide them. I don't know what it is. And then it comes out. And a lot of times, if they're too terrible, especially if it's one of the sippy cups that it's like $1, I will just throw it away. I'm like, it's not worth the nastiness that is this cup. Plus, I feel like the plastic sippy cups like that, I'm like, I don't know if that's even gonna come out if it's like really terribly dirty. So, I just decide to sacrifice that sippy cup. After I finish up doing the dishes and clean the sink, I will be doing a little bit of cleaning in the kitchen. I had plans to do quite a bit more things, but I did not think through the fact that I was having to hang up so many clothes to dry that then it blocked room and access for, especially for me filming me cleaning things. So I wished I had recorded a lot of what I had done that day because I could have used it for content for y'all for motivation. But I did not record everything because I had plans to record me cleaning and doing certain things. And then I realized with all the clothes hanging up to dry and the fans being on high and everything, it just really interfered with the space and, good filming angles and stuff like that. So I just was like, you know what? It is what it is. So this week it's a bit shorter of a video, but I hope y'all still enjoy it. And of course, I slowed down this clip. I don't know what it is about squeezing out the sponge like that, but I just enjoy it so much. Anyway, and now I'm using an e-cloth to kind of wipe down after I scrubbed with the soapy Scrub Daddy and just kind of wipe all that soap off and everything and wipe down my mixer where I've been trying to do bread, make bread and stuff, and wipe the counters down and things like that with my e-cloth. Um, it's the kitchen all-purpose. Actually, I just think it's the all-purpose one. I don't think it's like kitchen all-purpose. It's just all-purpose. But anyway, I'm gonna wipe down the counters and the stove and the bucket that you see on there that's like an ice cream bucket. Sorry, Duke's like putting his hand in front of the camera and all. It is actually got scraps in it for our chickens that I have been setting aside. And you can see Klaus is still doing good even after his tank broke and all that drama. I'm cleaning the stove now, and I'm actually going to use a like razor blade scraper to get the stuff off the glass top. After I do a quick wipe down to get crumbs and stuff off and shaking the trash. But you can also see towels hanging on the chairs of my dining room table and stuff. I mean, I'm telling y'all, I had stuff hanging everywhere, and I'm so happy to report that it should not be but another day, and then I will have a dryer. And I decided to clean the microwave, and as you could see, the like tray part or whatever was really dirty, and it just needed a really good scrub. And I know you can't quite tell how dirty it was, but it was pretty bad. But I used my Scrub Daddy sponge with just dish soap on it and scrubbed everything down, and then I'm gonna get a all-purpose e-cloth and wipe it all out to get all the soap and stuff off, and get it nice and fresh, and it will smell better because it will not be as gross in there from splatters. We do have a cover, but sometimes the kids forget to put it on, or my husband does, or you know, life happens. Sometimes something that you don't think is gonna explode everywhere does. So, um, I'm trying to clean that up, and then I clean the tray, get it dried, and put back in. And then I'll wipe down the outside of it. And you can see Duke had a paper towel. He was just trying to help. And then I'm pulling down things that had went ahead and dried off of hangers and putting into a basket for me to fold and put away later. But I had another load of wet laundry that I was hanging up to dry. And again, trying to turn things inside out and stuff. And in hindsight, I wish I had done that before I tossed everything in, but you know, I'm not used to having to hang up wet clothes like this, so I didn't think about it being as big of a deal as it was. But anyway, and of course, my little helper, he wasn't feeling all that great. He wasn't really sick. I think it's just because we've had some ups and downs in the weather lately, and it getting real cold and stuff all of a sudden. And we had tornadoes go through last weekend, and thankfully we were not affected by that. But very close to where we live in the town over, there's a lot of people that lost their homes, and um, several people actually died in Clarksville, Tennessee, is the area that I'm speaking about near where I live. You can look up about the tornado there if you're curious and see the damage, and it's just wild um, and devastating. I mean, I'm so thankful that it missed us, but it does make me feel for any and all of those affected. Another thing I did want to speak to y'all about is I actually have a P.O. box now. I'm so excited. I will also have the address for the P.O. box down in the description, but it is P.O. Box 345, Dover, Tennessee 37058. So y'all please feel free to send me a message, a Christmas card, write me a letter, something. I just think it would be so cool to get something from y'all, and I will do my best to send a thank you back or something. Um, I don't know. It felt so cool. I've never had a P.O. box before, so going in and getting one and having the keys for it, it felt like it was just the neatest thing ever. I'm sure the guy was like, "Whatever, lady," whenever I was signing up for it, but anyway, I just think it's pretty cool, and you can just address it to Chaos Mama or Roxanne, Chaos Mama, some variation of that. I let them know that they may be addressed to Chaos Mama or Roxanne, but either way will be perfectly acceptable, and I hope to get a letter from y'all. Um, I'm gonna hole punch some. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. I'm going to hole punch some recipes that I had printed out that I need to put in the binder, but I had just had them stuck in here. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hole punch those, but I wanted to talk to y'all that and say this week's video is going to be a bit shorter because I am kind of at a standstill on what I can do. Like, I can't do a lot of things because all the laundry hung up everywhere, like in every doorway, every closet, every curtain rod that's available about.
The one.
Really? I know, Mommy put videos on for you. I'll find another in a little bit. Why don't you eat your popcorn? I love you. But,
It's still on.
it's still on?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But anyway, it's kind of interfering with my ability to do certain things because, I have laundry hanging everywhere, and it's kind of in my way of doing other things, but like we need clean clothes, and I have to let them hang up with the fans on high in almost every room to help them dry. I know I had to, they're even on the TV, I know, so it could dry. I put stuff everywhere. I had to hang it up everywhere, huh? It's all wet. It's gotta dry.
It's over there.
Yeah, it's over there too. It's everywhere. I know, baby.
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
But I wanted to also kind of update on my sourdough. The starter is going really well. It was really watery and I was getting really worried. But then I kind of double fed it yesterday because I was wanting to do some stuff with it today. And then one of the things I was wanting to do today, I had to start last night. Don't mess with it, baby. So anyway, I like super fed it yesterday and then it's been great all day. So apparently if it's getting real watery, you just overfeed it is what it needs, because now it's great. Anyway, I've got a couple of loaves of sourdough bread doing their final rise or whatever, and I'm just waiting for them to double in size, which I'm kind of giving up hope that they will, and I may end up baking them before they really fully double in size, but whatever. And I will bake that and see and let y'all know how it turns out. But oh, and then also for dinner tonight, another reason that I put so much in it is because I was wanting to do sourdough pancakes today, a recipe from Farmhouse on Boone. And I wanted to try her the sourdough pancake recipe, but I was going to do them like for lunch for the twins and I, but I think I'm actually going to do them for dinner, and then like bacon or something like that. And then if I don't have enough to like feed all of us with the sourdough pancakes, I also have some of the protein mix pancake stuff, which the kids and I both like, and even my husband says they're not terrible. So anyway, I'll do that and then bacon for dinner.
Mom, what is this?
It's a little hole punch thing. It's a little paper circle. Oh, did you drop it? I'll have to vacuum it up. But anyway, and then I had done some things, but I didn't film because I was like, oh, I'll have plenty of stuff to do, because I had other specific things in mind to film for y'all. But now with all the clothes hanging up everywhere and in the way, it's not practical for me to do those things. So, but anyway, yeah, thanks for hanging out with me.